it's going to be a bit easier than last time. We're just going to focus more on our ankle mobility, hip mobility, and a bit of shoulder mobility. Okay, so we'll start in just a reminder to keep it within your range of motion, comfortable range of motion. Place the feet hip width distance apart, feeling your pelvis. It's not tilting forward too much, not back, just in between, neutral. Keeping our glutes relaxed. We don't want to squeeze them. When we squeeze them, we are blocking our sacrum, which is something you would want to avoid, definitely. Okay, so, and now feeling our nice and long spine. Your arms are down, release your neck, reach up with the crown of your head. And now we're going to slowly lift the heels off the floor with control, maintaining that spinal length. We're reaching upward and going only as far as it feels in control. You got to feel that you're not losing your balance. You just, if it's just tiny bit, right here, stay right here and lower your heels down. You can try a few times with a smaller range of motion. Make sure your heels are not falling out to the sides. They're looking straight back. To do that, you might want to press a bit more onto your big toe, into your big toes. Very gently lengthening, keeping that spine neutral. And reaching upward. Imagine you have to reach some kind of a button on the ceiling and you want to push it with the crown of your head. Okay, and as you feel ready and in control, you can lift your heels even higher and slowly lower them down. Okay, your knees are soft, gentle lengthening. Motion. Awesome. One more time. Oh, I lost my balance. Get your control back and slowly down. Now, as we are lifting our heels, as we're coming down, we're going to push our hips slightly back. And so your knees bent a bit more, just slightly, and then coming back up. And adding our arms as a pendulum motion. You're not going probably as high, just take those heels off the floor, lift them. Again, reaching upward with the crown of your head, remembering to push that button. And push those hips back. Keep breathing, find your rhythm. Comfortable rhythm of breathing. Nice. And a few more times. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Shake it out. Let's flip our left foot and gently bend your knees, reaching forward. We're not pressing into the foot. We're just bending our knees and reaching forward with them. Just to feel a nice, gentle stretch along the front of your ankle, your shin bone, and switch sides. Okay, flip the other foot so that the sole of your foot is facing the ceiling. Nice and long spine. Bending those knees, reaching them forward. And one more time. Awesome job. Now we're going to step with one leg to the side and push those hips back. Okay, so your toes are looking straight ahead. So stepping back and pushing the hips back. I'll just show you the movement like that. Nice, again, and long spine. We're not bending at the waist. We're not bending at our upper spine. It's only at the hips. And reaching backward with your tailbone extended backwards. Nice. Now we're going to add some arms as we're reaching back. And so in this case, you'll be reaching also a bit to the side. You're going to lift your arm, extend it away. Imagine you extending it away from your hip. And 3 more times. Reach and feel the stretch of your gluteal area, the side of your thigh. And last one. Now we're going to cross the left, crossing your right leg with the left one. And this time, the leg that's behind, in my case it's right, the same arm coming up, and I am lengthening straight to the side by sliding my pelvis gently to the right, extending the entire side of your body. Again, remember, we're not bending at this side, we're lengthening it as well. And lower down and reach, pressing those feet into the floor to feel even a stronger stretch. And remember not to lean backward. You don't want to compress your lumbar vertebrae. You don't want to feel it in your lower back. It's straight pushing that hip to the side and pressing those feet into the floor, lengthening that arm away from your shoulder joint. Imagine someone's pulling it away diagonally to the side. Your shoulder blade is not gliding, sliding upward, it's staying down. Snuggle and nice along your spine. And last one. Reach and feel this and release. Now we're switching sides, stepping to the sides and pushing those hips back, hinging at your hips, keeping our spine nice and long, reaching backward with your tailbone. No rush. Take your time to feel the stretch. And return. When you return, you want to bring your pelvis to the neutral position, not keep it in a forward tilt. So you're extending it all the way to the neutral position. And now we're going to add the arm. Again, pushing back and slightly to the side, lengthening that arm away from your hip. And reach, return. As you're bending to the side, make a note of the weight, the body weight. The weight's distributed evenly over the support foot, front and back of the foot, equal weight. Push those hips, that hip. And 2 more times. Keep breathing. Shoulder blade is down, lengthening the arm away. And last one. Awesome. Crossing our legs, the other side arm. And again, we're focusing on the movement of our pelvis, sliding motion to the side and lengthening this side of your body as well as this one. And bring it down, pressing those feet into the floor evenly. So when you're pressing the feet into the floor, you feel the knees pressing against each other. Watch that shoulder blade. It's snuggled down the spine. And we're not leaning backward. Again, the weight is evenly distributed over the front and the back of each foot. And 3 more times, no rush. Feel the stretch, feel the length. Imagine someone's pulling it. Your arm away. And last one. Awesome. Great job. Okay, now let's just turn our feet out, not too far from each other, okay? Just about a foot width, the width of your foot, not a foot. And we're going to hinge back, keeping our knees soft and feeling a nice stretch along the back of your thighs. Again, check the body weight. The weight's distributed in between both feet and equally in between the front and back of each foot. So again, it's a hinging motion with your spine straight and then bringing it back into the neutral position all the way. As you're coming up, you're pressing those feet into the floor. And 3 more times. Last one. Awesome. Now we're going to turn those feet in, the toes turning in and repeating the same movement. Hinging movement, touch your hips. Check the body weight distribution over your feet. And don't forget to bring your pelvis all the way back into the neutral position. Going only as low as it feels comfortable. Imagine how that socket of your thigh bone, rotating within the socket of your pelvic bone. That kind of motion, it clears out all the debris that collect there. We need to move those joints so that and the joint can get lubricated and cleaned up. And last one. One more time. Awesome. Great job. Okay, now we're going to shift our weight to our left foot. Again, check the weight. Your big toe, your pinky, and your heel, the weight is evenly distributed. The other foot is just slightly touching the floor with the toes. And so what we're going to do, we're going to hinge, pushing those hips back. And then as we come up, we're going to take that foot off the floor, and so that it stays in the air as we're returning back to the starting position. Then you can place it down a bit, just a light contact with the floor. We're not placing any weight on it, just to keep our balance. And then again, pushing those hips back, your knees soft and over the midline of your foot. And again, as you're coming back up, lift that foot off the floor and slowly return your pelvis into the neutral position. 2 more times. Lightly touching that floor. Nice hinging motion. Then taking those toes off the floor, trying to maintain the balance and even weight over your foot. And last one. Hinge. Focus on distributing the weight evenly and pressing that foot into the floor and coming up. Awesome. I'm sure you felt it in your glute. Okay, now we are switching sides. Again, checking, shifting the weight onto your right foot. Just take your foot off the floor just to feel the way it feels. You maintaining your balance. the weight is even over the foot. And now we're hinging. The toes are touching the floor gently, hinging at the hips. Check your knee. It's got to be right over your second and third toe. Now, as we were turning, taking it off the floor and coming all the way back up. If you feel you're struggling with your balance and it's not letting you feel it in your glutes, in your hips, then hold on tight, slightly to the wall or the chair with your hand so that you don't lose balance and so that you could focus on the right thing, on activating our glutes. Well, in this case, one glute. If you're standing on your right foot, it's the right glute that's doing all the work. And one more time, hinge, coming off the floor, the toes, pressing into that foot and bringing your pelvis to position. Great job. Now we'll get down on the mat.